Hello everyone! Thank you for attending our panel talk, Study at ZIBS, second to introducing our degree program called International Master of Finance, in short we call IMF. My name is Taso Kim and I'll be your host today. And today we have three other guests from IMF. So before we start, can you guys please introduce yourself one by one?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dasso, for having me. It's a great honor to be here to introduce IMF program on behalf of the International Business School.
So my name is Lu Jiajun, assistant professor right here in International Business School, and I'm also a researcher at the Academy of Internet Finance. So I got my PhD degree from the University of California, San Diego this year in 2020. And also I was born and raised in Hangzhou, so I am so very happy to share the local experience and many other fun stuff.
So hello everyone. Thanks, Dasso. My name is Hong Zhenzhen. I'm the executive director of IMF program. I've been in this program for since the program was established. So it's almost 1 year ago. I've been in ZIBS for 2 years. So I have a lot of ZIBS experience to share with you today.
Hello everybody. My name is Anesu Bangani and I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm currently an IMF student here. And thank you for having me, Dasso.
Thank you for all of you to taking your time to attend here, sharing more information and your experiences at our IMF. And my first question goes to Professor Lu. So as an academic director, can you please introduce about our IMF program, about what kind of academic knowledge the students can expect to gain, and what are the core subjects?
Of course, my pleasure. So IMF program is basically a 2-year program with full-time students. So you're gonna enroll as a full-time students. It's gonna be totally English-based learning environment. And also you will learn classes in economics, finance, and quantitative methods. And also our program is featured in the fintech, the financial technology. So if you are pretty interested in financial technology, you will have the great opportunity to learn from our professors about digital currency, how the digitalization could influence our daily life, and many other, so-called very great high tech. So this program is full of many classes with, the interdisciplinary context. And also, before you come here, I would suggest you to get very well prepared about some prerequisites like accounting, very basic statistics, economic theories, and also don't forget to practice your Mandarin.
That's a very grateful information. I actually get a lot of questions about the students. Like, what if my background is not a finance? Would that be okay?
Oh, absolutely. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Even if you, let's say, major in finance or even liberal arts, you have no backgrounds about mathematics, you can still catch up with these classes because our professors can slow down and talk all these materials as specific as possible, and you can find all these materials very useful, and we're gonna keep track of the learning progress of each and every single student right here to make sure that you can learn well and you have basically, learn whatever we think is useful, and you can catch up easily. And also we have very friendly learning environment. So if you have any questions, we have office hours, we have very many resources you can use to review. You can also talk with us professors about any other difficulties you might come across in the study process.
Sounds very interesting. Now I think more students might be interested in hearing more detailed information on our course structure. So Zhenzhen, as a program director, can you introduce more about the detailed course structure, like course modules or credit systems or other requirements that students need?
Okay, sure. So IMF program is a 2-year full-time program. So in year 1, students will have to finish all their courses. So in year 2, they will finish their internship and as well as the thesis writing and thesis defense. For the course modules, we have pre-courses, we have common courses, compulsory and electives. For all the courses, you have to finish your courses and have 38 credits after your courses. To graduate from IMF program, you need to have 38 course credits. You need to have finished your internship. And the last thing would be you have to pass your thesis defense. That is how you can get our Master of Finance degree from our program. Okay.
Great. Thank you for such a detailed information. Now I really want to hear the real experience from our IMF program student. So Anasu, can you share me some your reasons that why you happen to choose IMF and how does it fit to your plan so far?
Okay, so when I had graduated from my undergraduate degree, I was doing economics and finance. And what I was looking for in my master's, I was looking for something related to fintech, a program which incorporated fintech in it. And when I was looking for some universities online, I couldn't find any of those universities. But lucky enough, I managed to come across Zhejiang University Business School website, and I saw that fintech in their program. So yeah, that's why I applied for Masters in Finance.
I see. Okay, then one more question to you. So far you have experienced the life in our school and our campus and with our program directors and academic directors. So what is the most surprising thing that you experienced in our school?
Well, I was actually surprised by the number of seminars that we have here, which invite a lot of industry leaders and professional researchers who come and share and give us an insight into their fields, and that has been something that I've been really grateful and actually love attending those seminars.
I see. Thank you. Sound like students are very busy in and outside of a campus. So Zhejiang, can you share us more information on the extracurriculum that NSU is experiencing right now, such as community activities or company visits, internships, and so on?
Okay, so for the extracurriculum part, so from the nature of IMF program, it is a Master of Finance program, as Lu Laoshi just said. So our Master of Finance program is specializing in fintech. So it demands the practice part inside of the program by its nature. So we have been establishing partnerships with companies from industries like Ant Group, as well as institutions like Zhejiang University Academy of Internet Finance. So that is how we provide opportunities for our students to have those company partners or internship opportunities, as well as company visits. So that is how we organize those extracurricular activities, not only those company visits, as well as those seminars or lectures from industry leaders or thought leaders.
I see. Great. Sounds like so fun. And I believe students might be really enjoying their extracurricular activities as well. And I actually hear a lot of questions from their students about their academic and career supports that they can get from the school and program. So Professor Lu, can you share some more information on the academic supports open for our students?
Oh yeah, sure. So we basically provide many seminars, especially academic seminars, and give them an opportunity to make presentations and try to practice something that they learn in the class. And they also have this the great opportunities to share the ideas, to exchange the ideas with each other, especially students from the mixed backgrounds. Mm-hmm. They might be very interested in talking with the students from other backgrounds. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're going to get as many students involved as possible to try to make sure that the students will embrace the unique opportunity to talk with the students, either the domestic Chinese students or the international students from different countries, from different backgrounds. Mm-hmm. So that's why here, I'm gonna be in charge of many academic seminars, and also I will advise them to write some papers, how to do some research about very interesting topic, especially the topics that people have been talking about, people have been obsessed with recently, like how to do the research about fintech, how they can collect data, how they could write some great introduction and write very decent papers, even publish some papers. So that's why my job is to give them more opportunities and to guide them through the entire process about how to be a very great student, how to be a very good, scholar in the future. If you are very interested in apply the PhD program, or if you wanna study more after graduation, we can also give you the opportunity, give you the guidance about how to apply the PhD programs in the top international universities and how to get yourself better prepared for the future academic work.
Wow, that sounds a great value to the students. So I'm gonna toss the career support question to the Zhejiang.
Okay.
So yeah.
So for the career support, we have I need to introduce our mentoring program. So we have 3 mentoring programs. The first one will be the academic, but it has little to do with the career support. What I want to introduce is the industrial mentoring program and career development mentoring program. So for the industrial mentoring program, we have invited CXOs, heads or senior executives from those financial services companies or public sectors or consulting companies to be industrial mentor for our students. So after they establish this mentorship with our students will have the opportunity to discuss or ask questions about the industrial trend or about their career options or what they want to do in the future. So that will be a very good opportunity for students to have first-hand experience and ideas on the career and on the industry. So for the career mentor program, we invited experienced HRs to give one-on-one advice like the CV or cover writing or interview skills or business skills. That is for now what we have done for the career support, but in the future we're going to do more like the career hub, something.
Wow. Yes, actually recently you guys have carried out one-on-one HR consultant, in our campus, both on and offline. And then I heard that it delivered a lot of value to the IMF students actually. Yeah, so I can see our school and our program directors are all prepared to support the students, but I believe there are still some challenges that our students may have not expected before they come to China. So my question goes to Anesu. So do you actually have faced any kind of challenge so far you studying in China?
So far, ever since I've been studying in China, the challenges that I've just been having is just basically school related. I mean, this is tertiary level education, and the volume of work that will be given, it's just a bit more. But that challenge, I've managed to overcome it. I've made some friends, some local domestic friends who are helping me with some maybe subjects that I might not be understanding. And also, like our academic directors, like Dr. Lu, Professor Lu here, they are always willing to help us with any challenges that we are facing. They always have open hours in the offices where they allow students to come, and they can help you and assist you in the challenge with any challenge that you might be facing. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on with me.
I see. I'm also glad that our program and our students are always communicating each other through weekly meet with academic director meeting, and the students are very frequently get in touch with our academic directors and program directors one-on-one as well. So consult with their challenges often. So, and then as a student, as I was also international student in China, I totally understand what you're going through so far, and I'm glad that you have been trying to overcome that in your own way. Yeah. So tell me about more about your daily life in campus. Like, what is your week going on? How does it look like, or what are you up to these days?
Okay, so usually in the week we usually have like 5 or 6 lessons, 6 courses spread across the week, and each day I wake up. Usually the lessons are in the afternoon, so maybe after my lesson in the afternoon I can go to the library and try and catch up on any other work that I may find lacking. And I've been trying to do my best writing my research proposal, and it's been going on well, especially with the resources that we have here. They've been very invaluable to me. Like, they really helped me a lot. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this whole past couple of days.
Great, great. Yeah, I know how challenging it is to writing a thesis. I also went through that, but it is inevitable. So good luck for that. And regarding the thesis, let me ask Professor Lu Jiajun, can you explain us more about the preparation of the thesis, like how students will get to choose their supervisor and what is the process of writing a thesis?
So actually, that's a great question. I would say usually students will finish all the classes in the first year, and at the end of the first year, they will gradually search for the research topics they might be interested and they think it's very important and very practical to do some research about. And then once they find the research idea, or probably they have a couple of alternative research ideas they can choose from, then they are so welcome to talk with us professors about how to finalize the research topic, how to select the best or select the most preferred, the most interesting topic that they could possibly make some efforts to work on. And in that process, they're gonna choose advisors, and also the advisor will give them some very specific and detailed instruction about how to find the data, how to write some literature review, how to read the papers that are most relevant to the paper they are gonna be working on. And also they will have the first-hand experience about how to write some, econometric models, especially the methods that they have already learned in the class.
Yeah.
These classes will, I would say probably very difficult, but at the end of the day, it will be very useful, and all the efforts you have already made will pay off very soon, especially when you are trying to write some research papers. And these models will be used and well adopted in your research papers to help you to justify the conclusions you're going to make, and also help you to convince other readers that the research topic you're going to be working on is very interesting, and you can also use these models and those empirical results to get cross ideas and to convince people that, wow, my research topic is very interesting and it's going to be very, very, sensational paper that could have huge amount of attention from the audience, and you're going to be very proud of yourself being able to write such great papers. And also, after you write this paper, we're going to help you to gradually, polish the paper and try to either revise the words or try to make sure that the structure of the paper will be good enough to pass the defense and get a degree eventually. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Writing paper is sometimes a little bit boring, but at the end of the day, you will feel like, it's going to be pretty fun because you're going to achieve something that you try to say to the people and try to exchange the ideas with the people using the methods of writing. And it's going to be a very powerful way to share your ideas with any other people. Yeah.
Great to hear that. I believe that will encourage Anasu a lot for the upcoming thesis preparation. The process, you should enjoy the process better than focusing on the outcome.
We're always here to help, and we can tell that Anasu is one of the most diligent students in our program. He's really hardworking student. I'm so proud of him. And also, we could say he improved so much during the past several months with classes. And also, we will keep customizing our classes for the students to try to get themselves better prepared for the thesis writing. And also, they will have no problem at all about how to find the topics, because we are always here to help them to select the best ideas.
Great. Thank you for the explaining about the thesis preparation. And again, good luck for you, Anasu. Yeah. So now let's move on to the next question about the admissions process. As you may already know, our 2021 enrollment admission process has already begun, and you can go ahead start applying for our IMF through our online application system. And I believe a lot of students are already so busy preparing about their required documents and try to submit their application on time. So let me ask Zhejiang, can you introduce more detailed about the admissions process? What are the requirements? What it will look like after your online application system? And what can students prepare? And then any tips for the successful admission?
Okay, so as Dasso just said, actually our first round application, the system has opened since December. So our first round application deadline will be March the 10th. Then after the application, we will have evaluation, interview, admission, and registration. But after the first round of application, we will have the second round. So if you have any further questions about the deadline, please feel free to contact us, our team, or Dasso. Both are fine. So for the, sorry?
Any admissions tip?
And also the requirements, right? And the admission tips. Okay, so our admission requirements, the first one, it is open, the program is open to both Chinese and non-Chinese students, but for the, for this session, I think it is especially for those non-Chinese students. If the applicant's mother native language is not English, you will provide your English language proficiency like TOEFL or IELTS, but no Chinese language proficiency is required for the program. If you want to know more about the requirements, you may refer to the requirements published by Zhejiang University International College, or you can just contact us. That will be more faster. And that the tips for a successful application, right? So IMF is a program, as everyone knows, it's Master of Finance, and it is our program is specializing in fintech. So fintech is a new trend. It's a trend that will like shape the future. So you do not have to be in economic or financial industry in your like undergraduate background, but if you want to be part of the IMF program, I think you need to have the passion to be part of the future trend, to shape the world, to have a bigger vision for not only for yourself but for the whole industry and for the whole world, to make it a better or a more inclusive world for all the human beings.
Great, thank you for the great advice and tips. Did you all catch up about that tips? Make sure to write it down in your personal statement, and then also show you're full of passion on the finance when you're going through an interview. Okay, so I believe one additional question. I think this question might be most popular question from our future students. Any available scholarship?
Oh, scholarships. So all applicants are eligible to apply for Zhejiang University Scholarship, Zhejiang Provincial Scholarship, Chinese Government Scholarship, and ZIBS offer 2 scholarships, ZIBS Interest Scholarship for those who performed like very well in the interview, and we do offer ZIBS Excellence Scholarship for those students, who have been outstanding in their academic and professional performance.
Great, thank you. It's a very valuable tips and information and then also a lot of scholarship opportunities available for the students. So Anasu, as one of a student who went through all this admissions process recently and finished and then successfully get into the program, any advice for your future classmates who is preparing to apply for IMF?
The advice I'd love to give my future classmates is, when they come here or when they come to China, they should just be prepared, to work hard, because it does get a bit challenging. But another piece of advice that I would love to offer them is they should not be afraid to ask for help. The academic directors are there, your fellow classmates are there, so they should never be afraid to ask for any help if they need any help. And also they should just learn some Chinese before you come.
Definitely.
Really, it's to your own benefit, and you actually find out that once you learn Chinese, your life will actually be very easy. So yeah, just learn a bit of Chinese when you come, just in case we're late to come and pick you up at the airport.
Yeah, get prepared,
Besides all that, I think just learn some Chinese. It will be for your benefit.
Great. Thank you. And I'll leave my last question to the Professor Lu Jiajun as our academic director. Do you have any other advice or words you want to leave to your future students?
First, I would say if you are still worried about the difficulty level of all the academic stuff, I would say rest assured it's not going to be very difficult. We will try to customize our study materials for the students with different backgrounds, so you will still able to catch up, even if you may be struggling in the first couple of months, and also especially for the some quantitative classes that you probably are not very prepared, and then you could just read and preview some materials we assign to you if you are admitted to our program. We have already prepared several prerequisites for you, like accounting, the database, the very basic statistical materials that you can easily learn and master. So that's why here, I would strongly recommend you to apply and welcome any prospective students. And I hope that I can see you very soon right here on this campus.
Yeah. Thank you all for taking your time to attend this event as a guest and then delivering such a valuable information and advice and sharing your experience to our future IMF students. And then thank you all for attending this event and showing a great interest in the IMF. Make sure to meet the deadline and apply for our IMF as soon as possible. And feel free to reach us out. There is a contact information on our official website, or you can even search Zhejiang University International Business School at Facebook. There you can message us through Facebook, and our admissions team will reply to you shortly. Thank you again, all, and hope to see you back in this campus in very near future. Thank you all. Bye-bye.